Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of December Christmas Movies. And today's content will feature of the movie called Almost Christmas. And this movie has a lot of interesting, good actors. We're talking about Danny Glover, Monique, Gabrielle Union, Kimberly Elise, JB Smoove, Carrie Hilson makes an appearance here as well. I'm missing more names, but those are some that comes to mind that are part of this movie. So I first off, the first 5 minutes, it automatically grabs your attention. I've seen the movie twice now, two or three times, but the first 5 minutes of the movie, I love it. I love the introduction. I mean, it was produced by Will Packer. You see the sequence of events throughout the years of when the couple started together and then they start having kids. And as you see the years go by, they grow and grow and grow. And we get to the heart of the story, which Danny Glover, who plays Walter, he lost his wife. So as a widow, he's trying to galvanize the family for Christmas. And throughout the 5 days on the throughout the 5 days away from Christmas, all the way leading up to Christmas, there's a lot of conflicts. In the like in this movie, you see what uh what a family goes through. They go through problems, they go through happiness, they go through good times, they go through so many a multitude of different things. And in this movie, it captures that. And Danny Glover tries to tell the family, like, let's get through these 5 days, especially the fact that Kimberly Elise and Gabrielle Union, they both play as sisters, they often have beef in the movie. So you have that authenticity in which you see sibling rivalries. I feel like in almost every family, or I should say in every big family, there are sibling rivalries. Some are in a healthy way, some are not in a healthy way. So, and in this movie, Kimberly Elise and Gary Union, they constantly taking jabs at each other, especially more Kimberly Elise, more towards Gabrielle Union. I will say this, Monique to me was the MVP of this movie. She has so many great scenes. She stole so many scenes. She had a lot of great lines. My favorite scene of the movie is the family dinner disaster, which you have the whole family there. And Gabrielle Union, she invited Carrie Hilson, which is the mistress of JB Smoove, because JB Smoove is married to Kimberly Elise in the movie. So Gabrielle Union invited her to the family dinner, but she had reached out to Carrie Hilson to let her know that don't come anymore, because at the time, Gabrielle Union and Kimberly Elise, they were working things out. So therefore, she felt guilty to invite her. So she tried to disinvite her, but it was already too late. So that awkward family dinner scene was well acted out. Everyone brought their A game in that scene. But Monique was the one who absolutely, Monique was just too much. She had a lot of great lines. She said, no, baby, you don't want to meet Grandma Cheryl. Grandma Cheryl is the shotgun that Kimberly Elise brought. Before Kimberly brought the the shotgun to threaten to shoot JB Smoove, I like how she gave him a kiss on the forehead. If it were me, I would have been out the door way before. As soon as that happened to me, as soon as that happens to me, I'm out the door, because that's not a good sign. But that would seem as well like that. Monique had a great lines. No, baby, you don't want to meet Grandma Cheryl. Next time, bring a smart bitch. Monique, who plays Aunt May, I mean, she plays the aunt that I love her character in this movie. I just love it. Not only she's funny, but she also had serious moments as well. She's the one I could say that is the unsung hero of this movie. She's the motor of this movie. Her character, she'll tell you how it is, no pun intended. She will say things to you to keep you motivated. She base she's basically like the leader. Aside from Walter, she is the leader of that family reunion in that house. So without Monique, that movie would have not been as funny as it turned out to be. And I especially love the ending scene with her and Walter sharing that moment to talk about Walter's wife, which I think in the movie is Aunt May's sister. That was a very beautiful scene, and I love the way how it ended with Walter trying out her cooking. I think it was a pie, I believe. Yeah, and then as soon as he said, it was good, he brought the whole family and like, come on, try Aunt May's pie. So that was a great scene. That's one of my favorite scenes. The family disaster scene is another one. Yes, and my other scene that I loved is when they play Slick Rick's children's story, and the whole entire family was dancing. That's another one that I enjoy the most. Um, Evan, yes, Evan, the youngest one in the family. He is the football player. He's the one who had a shoulder injury. One of the flaws in this movie that I wish I could have seen it. Okay, DC Young Fly, he's in this movie. He is Evan's teammate and friend. He gave him pills. Um, that actually is not good for Evan. So when Evan went to the hospital because he was so upset that he found out that his father was going to sell the house, not only he gets into an accident, he takes those pills, but I feel that in the hospital there should have been a scene where the family confronts DC Young Fly or some way somehow get him to say that he feels guilty of giving him pills. I wish I could have seen a scene like that. They probably did shot that scene, but it was probably deleted. So I just wish I could have seen that. And but yeah, that's one thing that I wish they could have done differently. There's other things I wish they could have done differently from a writing standpoint and from an editing standpoint as well. But let's see what else. Well, yes, when Walter reveals to the family that he sold a house, I love the fact that he said it three times, and the third time he said it with much more emphasis. This is my house, and I like the way he followed up with him saying that, I'm supposed to give you guys permission to sell the house, and what his kids don't understand, and I get that it's frustrating because there's a lot of history in that house and they don't want the father to sell it. But what they need to understand is that Walter went through everything in that house with his wife. And so much flashbacks comes into him. And he just felt that at some point he wanted to move on. He wanted to stop feeling the pain of losing his wife. And and that's another thing that I admire of another scene with Walter and one of his kids who I think is a real estate agent or something like that. And they basically tried to shut down the shelter, in which it also meant a lot for Walter. But thankfully, when Walter confronted his son, telling him that he's not gonna go down without a fight, his son said, "You don't have to worry about it because I'm not gonna touch it. Um, I know this means a lot to you and to mom, so the shelter is there to stay," and that's exactly how it happened. So this movie had a lot of um, interesting themes, as well as some flaws, but it also has some interesting themes as well, and some heartwarming scenes, some few heartbreaking scenes, and then you also have a comedic side to it. So it had a variety of layers in this movie. My review for this movie from 1 through 5, I'll give it a 3.8 out of 5 stars. It's still an enjoyable movie. Like I said, there's several funny scenes, mostly from Monique. There's other actors like JB Smoove that they had great scenes, but it was Monique. She was the absolute MVP of this movie. Almost Christmas. I rented it for $3.99 on YouTube because I don't find it on other platforms that I own. And I also can't forget this movie had a lot of similarities to This Christmas, which came out in 2007. Almost Christmas came out in 2016, 2017. But if you see both movies, they have a lot of similarities. So I highly recommend that you should check it out. Yes, Christmas may be over, but for me, Christmas is every single day. So like I said, I'm going to continue watching Christmas movies throughout January as well, because there's just so many out there that are known, and then there's some that are unknown. So we're going to keep this thing rolling. That's all I have for you guys for today. Thank you for watching this video. Hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And as always, be safe, and may God bless you all.